Almost started with somebody already watching, but I am holding a can.
Wait.
Holding a little too much objects here. Hey, welcome. I had to chug this freaking Rockstar because otherwise I was gonna be thirsty to do this. And now I'm ready. Fuck, it's like I just took a chug. Yo, what up? So I'll make this kind of quick. Hopefully, oh shit, I have to have this. Okay, I have to hold it this way. Y'all, just give me 1 second. I'm about to start. I got it. I got all planned out what I'm gonna say and everything. And welcome to the stream. Who we got here? We got Brava, right? Tell me Brava's here. Brava, girl, what's up? I fucking love you, girl. What would we do without our female sissy chaser bestie? Oof. Anyways, kind of like a little bit of irony in this title is like, I don't know. Some people could probably see like some of my last tweets and think I'm a little unhinged. Like, so I wanted to kind of just, I want to open a discussion to the comments and everything too, because a lot of times people go back and they see things like, something I'm thinking about is like, how do we kind of de-escalate our emotional self when we're seeing political drama online and we see like our friends fighting, stuff like that. And like, I mean, I'm gonna admit that I'm not completely innocent here. Sorry, let's sort this shit out. I am not this like person who doesn't start any political drama, but I've tried to kind of steer away from it for a while. Day drinking, that's so funny. Fun times. So yeah, we're gonna have VC after this, so that will be cool. Stay awake for that. Okay, so what am I doing here? I'm like rambling here. I didn't write anything down. I know there's like a few key points I want to actually touch on. But, you know, like, there was this whole thing on Twitter, basically. Let's get, like, right into the meat of it with the, like, the free speech, debate lord bros, right? Like, so there's this whole thing about, like, Twitter and some of these, like, edgelord sites, you know, all these, like, free speech absolutists, like, what I find is that a lot of free speech absolutionists are LARPers. Shocking, I know. But, so I never even consider myself a free speech absolutionist. I just, definitely a pro 1A. Like, I want to be able to speak my mind. I don't like a lot of fakeness. I'm an anarchist. I don't like false hierarchies, right? So, this fucking, tell you guys what, this, I gotta figure something out with this video stand is just kind of obnoxious, I'm gonna be honest. Maybe, hold on, let me see if I can do something here. This might help me. God, this is a fucking pain in the ass, I'm gonna be honest. No, that is not gonna happen. So, kind of stuck with this angle that I have to hold this thing at. Which kind of sucks. See, the nice thing is if I can find somewhere to stand, I can just stand this thing up. Look, I'll just stand this bad boy up over here. That's the good thing about this. So I have to figure out what fucking sun pack. I got this thing from Target, sun pack, right? So the problem is that I can't, for me to do this angle, I'm having to like hold my hand up like this, and then the weight of the camera is going downwards. It's just very heavy. So kind of a design issue. But anyways, that's whatever. It's kind of distracting. I found here a place where hopefully I won't like disturb the neighbors. I hope you're wearing sunscreen or else you're gonna be a tomato. Nah, I'll be fine. I have the umbrella here. So I'll be fine. Like, to be real. There we go. Oh, I figured it out, y'all. Here we go. All fixed. Okay, so Sunpack's deal here is that... Oh, okay. No, never mind. It's a user error that I was not able to figure out how to get this thing to where, see, I'm holding it like this. All right, this is not fucking ridiculously heavy. Hold on. Hey, so we got some duck ponders in here. Tomba, how are you doing? Has the political drama been de-escalated? I mean, in my life. Like, okay, so full disclosure, if people follow, you know, I made that announcement, Kasai for Fire, that is me. Wow, shocker, I know. Like, I had these sunglasses on in the PFP, in case someone didn't notice. But yeah, Kasai for Fire, that's me on Twitter, and I'm just like, fucking done with Twitter, man. I fucking hate that shit. It's so addictive, the dopamine going on there and like starting shit with people, but it's such fucking poison. And like, quite frankly, like that shit is not for us LGBT or for queer people or for any of us. Like that site is for fucking chuds and fucking retarded losers and incels. Like, I mean, I feel like it's pretty obvious that Elon Musk is kind of a fucking dumbass. But anyways, like, I was getting really mad, honestly. I was really mad over some of the politics. And I said some spicy things over, you know, past couple of weeks, past week. I think it's been since, you know, Donald Trump got, you know, there was an attempt on him. Which, to clarify, no matter how somebody takes my jokes or my edgy comments or anything on any social media page, I wanted to be really clear that I am an anti-extremist. I detest political violence. I disavow it. I think it's bad. I think you're just going to hurt your cause. And that's what I'm just going to leave that there, because I feel like sometimes people don't understand the shit I say. But quite frankly. And that's fine. All I'll say is that people just say like really hateful things, and so I'm giving myself a break for saying some reactionary things back, because quite frankly, it's just like free speech lords on the internet. A lot of them, you know, they want to go around saying whatever they fucking want, but they can't handle it coming back to them, like Elon Musk. So free speech to him is that he gets to sit up there on Twitter saying melted brained things, and no one can criticize him, right? I don't know. Yeah, so you know, I'm trying not to get into the exact politics of like all of that, but basically I feel like as much as I'm against violence, I've heard comments too. People were making edgy jokes that were too much, right? Like, I even ended up deleting some of the things I said because they're just too reactionary. Like, I am not trying to inspire anybody to do anything bad. Like, y'all need to take care of yourselves. Y'all need to take care of people around you. All that really matters is like the people that you love and people in your life, and like spending time with them. And if you do something destructive, like, you won't have them in your life, so don't. Like, I don't know how much more clear I can be about that. But, yeah, so hopefully that makes sense. But I do think that there's something to be said about people like Elon Musk wants to say all these offensive, stupid things, and he doesn't want to be criticized, right? Like, rules for me, but not for thee, kind of thing. Or rules for the, but not for me. I don't know. But that's kind of the one aspect to it. So these free speech lords, like, they're very, they want to say what they want to say. They don't want to hear it. Or you'll have this problem with, like, debate bros, right? Like, they don't want to hear it. So, okay. So that's kind of like a waste of time, especially if they run the show. Like, Elon, you know, at least like with the duck pond guys, like, I think I'm a little bit unbiased, right? Like, I think I'm fair. There's stuff I won't tolerate. Like, I'm pretty clear what the fucking rules are in there, but Samba and Brava, you're both in the duck pond. Like, I think I'm pretty fair. I think I'm pretty neutral. People know my opinions on shit in there. I'm pretty transparent what I feel, but like, there's times I stay out of the debate because it's like, I want people to have a space they can speak their mind. Thanks. Appreciate it. And that's the thing. You have Elon Musk up here doing this just total performative, like, angry, stupid thing where he's gone I don't know, like, he's doing like the red eye or the dark Elon phase or something. I don't know, the stupid dorky profile picture. It's all very larpy. It's all very like performative, like editing your PFP, getting all hyped over just really dumb things. I'm sorry, like, I just do not see this guy as like a very smart man, and he tries to say that he is the, like, vector of free speech, and he's just really not about free speech. Like, he censors opposition. He allows, you know, libs of TikTok to sit there doxing and harassing people and sending their followers after people's jobs, but then, you know, like, we can't say tranny. You know, like, you can't say cis on Twitter. Like, that's so stupid. If it was up to me, I'd be able to say all whatever fucking slurs I want. But I guess people don't like that. That's the thing. It's like, if you are going to say you're a free speech absolutionist, you should actually allow free speech. Like, if you're gonna say edgy, shitty comments, like, prepare to get it back. But that's the thing. That's why it's like, this is not free speech, and it's also very much about advertisers. So I'm kind of at the point with these, like, Elon and Twitter or whatever. I'm just done with, like, giving them money or my time or, like, my wit. It's for them to squander it, right? And for Elon to squander it, because he's a fucking idiot. Like, he absolutely ruined that shitty app. Like, it was already bad enough. But yeah, I don't know. It's just not for us. Like, you got all these, like, LGBT Republicans and shit, and it's like, this shit is not for you, boo. Like, these religious freaks and stuff, they want to, like, persecute you, basically. These, like, LGB drop the T, LGB, X-gay movement, basically. It's the same thing. The same shit. LGB drop the T, X-gay movement, same fucking shit. It's the same cult. These people are fucking morons. And quite frankly, like, you come out here, I'm fine. You got people, like, driving by, like, honking at me. Not, they aren't to go look at the truth. Like, I'll tell you what they're thinking. You gotta listen and wait around for a while, and then I'll tell you what they're thinking. But see what's so saying that this is a slur is dumb, even though there are Twitter weirdos that use it in a very derogatory way, as if they want it to be a slur. It's never going to be a slur. I want it to be a slur. I want it to be a slur, and I want to use that slur because it's really funny. That's why I like to say, I'll say it, like, as offensively as possible, like, sissies. Like, because you're going to get offended by that. You're a fucking retarded loser moron. Like, and that's the thing. It's like, these people, they want to act like, oh, I am so tough. I'm so hardcore. I could take all the edgy humor, all the jokes, and it's like, no, you cannot. You get offended at, like, the smallest fucking criticism. Someone calls you a Nazi, and you're gonna pee your pants, like, when you're literally advocating for, like, Nazi shit. So these people are really dumb, and again, we go back to like some of the things that I've been practicing and endorsing is taking a step back and chilling out. Trying to, take a step back and chill the fuck out, because like ultimately like these, I was getting really mad about this. I was heated about this issue, honestly, because it's like these people, like Elon paid Valadels a living, like a generous living wage for like a year and a half or something. And this motherfucker is making a living out of mocking a murdered trans kid. So Destiny makes an edgy joke about, this dumbass in a very Darwinian situation. It's tragic, truly tragic, R.I.P. But, we used to have Darwin Awards back in the day. So me commenting that, like, people took that the wrong way. And it's just like, no, I'm not advocating for anything. It's just these people are stupid as fuck and walking straight into irony and getting offended when people point, like, they create the joke for you. They create the fragments of the joke and piece it together, and then they get all offended and butthurt. It's like the SJWs in 2016 all over again, but now they're conservative. I'm like, cringe, bro. Like, all you are cringe. I actually kind of miss that archetype of the, like, SJW that wants to share all their pronouns with you and everything. Like, it's just something about that, like, simpler time. Now I got these fucking Karens up my ass about what is a woman and all this like bio-essentialist bullshit. Like fucking kick rocks. So, like, I don't have to waste my time arguing with these people. Like, I can simply log out. Like I've done before and like I plan to do again. And I'm just kind of questioning like if I'm going to come back to Twitter this time, because it's like every time I leave, it's good for my mental health. I do kind of miss some of the action, but it's just also like, this is just not for us. It's like when I stopped posting on Kiwi Farm, stopped looking at it, because that shit is not for trannies. Like, why would I be on there reading people saying all these hateful things about me? Like, it's not my business, like, all these fucking haters, what they think. Like, fuck them. Like, these people are losers. That's why they hate me, because they suck ass. like, let's be real. So, I'm not gonna sit there and just read into that shit and promote that bullshit by being there. And just need to take a step back. And I just, even like took some advice from, two unexpected people. I tried to out Pariah the Doll, who's the co-star on Envy and Desire. Pariah the Doll is a cross-dresser. Isn't even trans. It's like saying like, yeah, I don't care if Trump wins because I don't take HRT. I just have a thyroid disorder. So they are essentially cross-dresser, and transition doesn't matter to them. It's very convenient for them while they're advocating to tank our fucking rights. So I called this person out. This person presents as like the HSTS in Envy and Desire, where they spread the news about AGP and Blanchardism and all that fun stuff. Right? So I called that shit out. I was pretty hard, like, on that one, calling Pariah a cross. I have no respect for that person. Still have some respect for Amy. And I confronted her on it. And then, my good friend Freya Lee is very good at de-escalation. And she was telling me, hey, like, you need to calm down. This is getting too heated. You need to take a break for your mental health. And so did Amy say the same thing. And ironically, I was like saying like, hey, just a reminder, if you guys are thinking of doing something destructive, okay, like over some shit online, some political shit, something somebody said, somebody's trying to drag you, just take a step back and go chill. Like, it's not worth it, right? So funny that they both came to kind of say to me, hey, Laura, we think you should get off the internet for a little bit. And it's like, look, I need to not be on Twitter. That site is not for us. Girls, like, it's like, It's like if you're a trans woman, you're sitting there on like 4chan all day or some shit. Like, it's so bad for your mental health. Like, don't do that. Don't do that, honey. There is a world out here that accepts us. It doesn't matter what these like hoping losers say. So I think a good way to de-escalate things is just kind of take a step back and go chill. Same way you deal with, I've been trying to talk about how to deal with abusive, toxic people, or even just like your own, insecurities and shit like that. Taking a step back, like I've been saying, I've been trying to preach this more and more on videos. Sometimes we need to take a step back. We need to spend some time alone. We need to think through things and kind of figure out where to go from there. Because first, before we move forward, we have to discern whether or not we're good. We want to be like good going into situations, interacting with people, want to bring our best, and keep it positive and stuff like that. So sometimes it's good to take some selfish, time to yourself, just cut people. You might not even have time to explain them why. That's okay. You'll tell them later. You can tell them, hey, I was going through a thing, it was nothing against you. And they're your friend, they'll understand, right? Like, they'll understand. But that's how you de-escalate. You just step back. So, like, because this shit's very angering to me because it's not even all about me. Like, I was getting really heated in some of these, like, arguments I'm having with other trans people. The ones who, like, don't care if Trump wins. So they're not really worried about 2025, Project 2025, or they're just kind of like, yeah, he even said he thinks it's kind of extreme. Like, gee, I hope he's serious because it's like he might actually be the next president again. And, the one thing that really bothered my girlfriend, an argument that some people had made, to me, that really bothered her. It bothered me, and then I was telling her, I was expressing how it kind of bothered me, and I could tell it really upset her personally. And it's like, this is going to affect her too, is that if Project 2025 passes, like, she wants to do things with transitioning. It made me think, like, 'cause she's not as far along as I am, like, how selfish that would be. And this is kind of how she feels too. If I speak on her behalf a little bit, is like, she wants to do these things to, like, medically transition, and these people who are like, who want to live in a society where you have to, like, already pass basically to get HRT, this pulling the ladder up committee, right? Like, very selfish. Like, I got mine, and their attitude, the pulling the ladder up committee, is I got mine and fuck everyone else. Doesn't matter. They don't care about nobody but themselves. So it's very, like, sociopathic. And I do think there's people like that. And I don't need to, like, name names. Y'all can pick them out. But then in the trans community, it's really unfortunate that there's some of us who will sit here and advocate that this transition care is, they'll have trans meds saying, oh, if you're dysphoric, gender affirming care is, this is true, is the only known treatment. And they'll say that that's why they believe it's a necessity, a medical necessity. But then they'll go and they'll say, well, I got mine, so fuck everybody who has that condition, dysphoria, after me. And I think that's really fucked up. I think that makes somebody like a piece of shit. Because I was sitting here, I'm like all tripping about like, oh, if this gets in the way of my FFS, I'm gonna fucking jump to extremes and have a meltdown. And I thought about it, and I was like, like, I'm being kind of selfish here, because like there's some stuff I could get done. I'll be fine. I look fine. People try to gaslight me into thinking I like look bad all the time, and it's just not true. Like, I'm starting to realize that. But there's people I care about. It's kind of like with the trans kids debate, and this is something I felt really bad about. Like, this is where I felt like I kind of like grifted and fucked up. I wanted to like compromise with conservatives on that issue because it just doesn't affect me as much, and I knew it was wrong. And I feel dirty thinking back to some of the things I said in the videos, like advocating against allowing minors to transition, and the ways I advocated against like Lupron and stuff. Like, it just was not correct. There's just better ways to talk about these issues in a way that's like critical, at least a little bit, for the safety of children. But like, it's really sad that these kids are gonna go through a lot of the same pain that like I went through, and a lot of the same pain that like it's just this unnecessary like unacceptance and this pressure to like desist and socially detransition or socially desist, like trying to be someone you're not. They call it like gender explorative therapy. I've been preaching about how they are getting gays to advocate for their own conversion therapy, and you know they're trying to ingrain like reinstall this idea that resistance is the way, and you'll grow out of it one day. And that, you know, at least I can say for M to F, like that just isn't the case usually. And I you know, I think it's a little different with F to M. I meant to say M to F. Sorry, with M to F. Like I can speak for M to F. Like it just doesn't really, like if you're still dysphoric by like 16 or something, like I don't think it's gonna go away. Like I'm gonna be honest. And these people don't care about, like, you have trans people who don't care about other trans people. So I understand like the trans kids topic is touchy, and kind of like people get really upset, they get like really mad, and people have very strong opinions on it, and I don't really want to like ignite a huge debate on it. Try to explain my views the best I can. Like, thing is, I just have compassion for these kids, right? Rather than be safe than, you know, go to get DIY and some Republican sells them poison to like drive home a point or something. They do shitty things like that. Actually happened, like based on like actual occurrence. Like, you have trans people who don't want to let other trans adults, like other dysphoric adults, make the decision for themselves. This normalization of trans people being like, well, I got mine, or I already passed without HRT, so I should be entitled to HRT, or oh, I'm HSTS because I'm Gold Star Pure Gay, so I get a transition and you don't. Like, I got mine, or people are gonna accept me for this reason, so you can go fuck yourself kind of attitude. Like, I'm really fucking tired of it. And I've been going for a while. Sorry if I didn't let anyone see. All right, so let's see here. J. Tom the Hat Cassidy. And there are people who think letting Trump win would give the activists the kick in the ass they need to actually do something. That seems more trouble than it's worth. Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, your girlfriend is cool. I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to her. Thank you. I mean, you weren't completely wrong. Jazz Jennings had complications with her bottom surgery because she had started puberty blockers too young. Gold Star Pure Gay. Yeah, Gold Star Purity testing. So HSTS is this notion that you're more trans if you're a pure gay. Like, you've never had a sexual thought about the opposite sex. So there's no way that you could have autogynephilia, the dreaded autogynephilia. I'm gonna say this right now. Like, everybody has a little bit of autosexuality. Some might actually be like a pure allosexual. Like, that's not, who fucking cares, bro? Like, just don't be a fucking sick freaking public. That's all that matters. I don't care. Like, I hear these people, like, you see gay men doing disgusting shit and then throwing trans people under the bus. Like, I'm sick of it. Like, this bullshit about HSTS and true trans, all this shit. All these fucking turfs say on Twitter is fucking idiotic. It's a disgrace. That's why it doesn't help anything. Like, I really, that's like another thing, like a lot of talking about Blanchard and shit is so stupid. Like, this is complete brain rot. The best way to de-escalate all this bullshit is to tune it the fuck out and just to go do something else. And that's what I've been advocating for, like, literally more and more for a year. Go play video games. I'm out here, I'm gonna walk right now. We're gonna do a VC. I've got some weed with me. Life is good, you know? Like, life is too short to spend it being all upset over politics, over these wrinkly old men trying to, you know, star as the action hero in a war movie of their own. But I wanted to use my free speech, to stand up for people like my girlfriend, stand up for, newer transitioners, people who don't pass, people who are, like one thing I've been standing up for is like trans lesbians, trans women who date, other trans women, cis women who date women, trans women who date women, who are with women. I think, like, there's this whole, like, so I don't know if you haven't noticed this, Tom, but there's like a whole thing on Twitter where it's like you have the HSTS dolls who are always shitting on the transbians, right? Because the transbians are these incel invaders into the LGBT, right? They're not pure. They're not even gay, right? Because they're being transphobic and referring to trans women as men and pushing this idea that these trans women that date other trans women aren't actually gay. No, these are heterosexuals with like a meta attraction, blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Can't just be a fucking gay tranny in 2024. And, if you actually see trans women as women, and it kind of made me even kind of think, like, because usually I date trans women or men. I don't really date cis women. And I've always considered myself gay, but then it's like, there's some internalized transphobia to that too. Like, I have to accept that I'm bi. Even if I have penis preference. That's just my sexuality, it's how I'm wired. And, that's okay. Like, and I can't change that, right? Like, I don't think I should have to, like, punish myself, feel ashamed because of my attraction. And essentially, yeah, I'm gay. Like, I'm a gay lesbian. Bi people should be able to use these words to describe themselves, right? Like, to have to, like, clarify, like, how bi I am or how same-sex attracted I am and have to prove myself. So LGB, drop the T, is a psyop to split the LGBT up and to get us to fight with each other. Okay, I want you guys to listen to this very carefully. LGB, drop the T, is the same thing as the ex-gay movement. LGB, drop the T, successfully has gotten the LGB to become this thing that's like, oh, we're separate from the T, right? Supposedly. And in the LGB, a lot of this Blanchard shit is very popular. You have LGB, literally the @LGB account on Twitter, that's friends with like Ollie London and all of them, posting this Blanchard brain rot. And I was really like, I was arguing with it for a while and I just started not engaging it. Like, I don't know if people noticed, I stopped engaging a lot of Blanchard stuff. They're very biphobic. So they say they're LGB, but how do they support the B? When they're saying they're calling all bisexual males and all bisexual trans women, calling them all AGP essentially. Essentially according to that typology, all these gay men, if they're not pure enough, they're actually not gay men, they're AGPs. And so this is a successful way that not only has trans been separated from the LGBT, but also bisexuals as well. They split up the whole fucking thing. And this is something that I spent a lot of time trying to get people to understand. So I hope that helps to clarify things. But I want to wrap this up. This has been going on way longer than I thought it was going to. And Brava and Tamba, I really appreciate both of your participation. The pull up the ladder thing. Okay, so pulling up the ladder, basically, in two ways. I would say for trans, it's like medical. Okay, so medically, they want to gatekeep more where they were given access to transition They want to bring back like the real life test. They want to make it harder for people to transition in ways that they weren't challenged, you know. And then socially, they want to make it so that you are identified as male. You can't change your information. They want to socially detransition you. They want this person to be seen as less trans. They create this social hierarchy. Okay? So that's the point of this gold star purity test, this hierarchy, to say that these trans people or these gays are the more pure and more elite. And that way they have an excuse to backstab trans people and bisexuals. It's just it's literally the ex-gay movement 2.0 PSYOP in 2024. So, to not enable them, we have to disengage. We have to move on with our life. You know, it's gonna be sad to say bye to all these lovely people that I did, all these blood sports, these beautiful blood sports. Man, that was epic, right? Some of that shit was really fucking cool, but some of these people that I was arguing with are really fucking stupid and ugly, and I just don't want to see their face anymore. And that is the approach I want y'all to take with sometimes some of these fucking people, because it's just like good for your mental health, and quite frankly, it puts they get what they deserve. Like, they don't deserve all your time and attention. And I just wanted to, before I, you know, kind of chill out on the politics and kind of just disengage this stuff, I wanted to make it clear. It's like, I'm not worried about myself getting, you know, like, I don't think I hope we're not going straight into like such an authoritarian place where I have to hide all my documentation so that the police state doesn't throw me in a concentration camp. Right, but at least I can pass and have a job and stuff like that. It's not about just myself, it's about other people with my condition, or other transsexuals, or other trans people, or other gender non-conforming people who want acceptance, who need, you know, their medical care protected, that I care about and that I've been advocating for years. Even when I've been on other sides of certain issues, that's always been my concern. You have a lot of grifters who try to make a buck out of this, who want power, who pretend to care about shit like free speech or dysphoric minors and their well-being, when these people only care about themselves. It's fucking disgusting. And yeah, so what did we learn today? That if you're hanging out with people who would rather you shit your pants than just, like, you know, enjoy the safety of a bathroom, you need better friends. And we learned that the best way to de-escalate things is to kind of step back. You're not a free speech absolutionist if it's like rules for you but not for me. And one other thing I want to talk about, though, is like there's other implications to this free speech absolutionist thing. And, you know, I see Elon talking to Don Lucre, I think is his name, about you know, about Destiny and the things Destiny is saying, how offensive these things are. Don Lucre posted CSAM on Twitter, and he even, like, trying to defend himself, was like, "Oh, I had it saved on a hard drive." Okay, dude. That's not a good defense. That he's saying that he had it saved on a hard drive for a couple of years and he forgot about it. Okay. And then Elon lied and said that only the response team had seen this, like the censors had seen it on Twitter. And no, it was seen by like millions of people, had like millions of impressions, I guess. And Elon reinstated this guy's account, and he's off the hook, right? So then this guy's conspiring with Elon to censor Destiny, right? And I'm like, that's fucked up. I mean, say what you will about Destiny. I know he's a controversial person, but I'm gonna be honest, like in this situation, I thought he was a total fucking Chad. This whole thing. Oh, it's so funny. Like, I'll just put it out there. Like, I understand why people don't like him and stuff, but I just think, I thought he's he's so right in all of this. It's just so funny. How mad people get when you don't tell them what they want to hear. But then they'll say all this fucked up shit all the time. No, I'm not going to be gaslit into feeling bad. But anyway, so Dom Lucre is sitting there conspiring against Destiny with Elon. And then Destiny got demonetized. This shit is team sports, right? You got Dave Rubin on here saying that if his kid came out to a teacher that they felt they were a different gender, that he would murder that teacher. Gee, Dave Rubin, I wonder why a kid would not want to come out to a parent with that kind of murderous intent. I just want you to think about that for a second. Why would a gender non-conforming kid want to come out to a parent that intends to murder the person they come out to? Or if they come out to anyone else, like, why? Like, so I just thought that was a really fucked up thing, and it's just kind of like team sports, right? It's not even fair. You could make like an argument, this and that, but these people are talking about like killing people, stuff like that, making jokes like that, and then somebody's like, okay, yeah, Darwin Awards here. Like, we used to have yearly Darwin Awards. Like, what the fuck happened to free speech, man? The fuck happened to free speech? People don't know about free speech, and they couldn't handle it. People like Elon couldn't handle free speech. You have some people doxing and trying to swat people and stuff, and other people aren't allowed to. You have some slurs are allowed and other slurs are not. Like, this is so fucking stupid, man. Just let people say what they want to say. Elon Musk will never see this video, but god damn it, if I could say to him one thing, I would be like, if you're gonna have free speech, stop being a pussy bitch, and actually allow free speech. Because this is just all about your advertisers. Like, this is not free speech. This is corporate bot speech to an extent. But he gets to come in and try to persuade the markets and try to hijack elections and try to coup whole countries. Like, he bragged so gleefully that's like what he gets to do because he's so fucking rich and is impugned to any kind of checks and balances, which is like a huge problem with capitalism, in my opinion, is that there's just no accountability. But anyways, I want to thank y'all. Anyone who's still here, I want to thank y'all for the thumbs up, like, subscribe. This is kind of I just want to get this off my chest, man, because I just think it's really one-sided, and I think that, like, I don't really want to talk much more about this either, too. Like, I don't really usually get into, like, presidential politics and shit like that. There's a reason I don't talk about that shit a lot on stream. But I think free speech is kind of an avenue I like to talk about. And if you're going to be a free speech LARPer and shit, like, I will call you out. And you're going to have to go to great lengths to censor me, to stop me from doing that. Anyways, y'all be good to each other. If you want to give me money, Cash App, $, Lauriza. It's like LAURAIZZA, Laura and Pizza. Anyways, yeah, if you want to give me money, it's not necessary, but I just kind of like throw that out there sometimes because I like money. But I just do this for fun. I might stream some video games later if you know Kasai for Fire Twitch. You can come catch me on there. I might stream some Lethal Company with some of my homies, so probably will stream it. Anyways, good night.